This may surprise you, but I want you to be very successful in all of your money goals, whatever they are. So in today's video, we are going to cover a list of money habits that can help you change your life. It's possible that this entire list might be overwhelming. Maybe you don't want to do all of it, and that is totally fine. Pick one item from the list and it will make a difference in your personal finances. The first one I'm going to start with, I kind of wanted to end with, but I feel like it's so important that we're just going to start off with a bang. Ignore everyone else. And that could be called a lot of different things. It could be called don't keep up with the Joneses. It could be comparison is the thief of joy. It could be stay in your own lane. You could call it a whole bunch of different things, but basically you have to ignore what everyone else is doing with their money. And that is very difficult. There was a study done how likely you were to purchase the kind of car that you purchased. And the number one factor that influences the kind of car that you drive is the neighborhood that you live, because you drive the type of car that your neighbors drive. So you see the kind of car that all of your neighbors drive, and that is the type of car that you also drive. We are heavily influenced by other people and what they do with their money. And so this is something that is difficult to do. You have to ignore everyone. You have to ignore the car they have, ignore the house they live in, the dinners that they go out and eat, the purse they wear, the shoes they wear. The shoes is hard for me because I adore shoes. The vacations they take. Stop following them on Instagram. Stop seeing their highlight reel on social media. You have no idea what their life is like and what their finances is like, and vice versa. They have no idea what you're doing as well. Everyone's priorities are different. You have to just put on blinders and do you. Number two is to identify your wants versus needs. And I have a challenge for you. If you want to feel like you got a raise when you didn't get a raise, or have more money in your budget to play with, whether it's investing or saving or vacations or whatever, it doesn't matter. Do this right now. Go back over the last month and print out your bank statement and your credit card statement and get a highlighter. Go through the statement and highlight every single thing that was a want and was not a need. So a need is going to be your house payment, gas for your car, food to eat, your water bill, your kids had a fee at school that you had to pay. All of these are needs. You need these to do your life. The wants are going to be, any restaurant is going to be a want. Movie tickets, theater stuff, vacation things, luxury items as opposed to non-luxury items. Like you need shampoo for your hair, but do you need the $50 bottle of shampoo? Maybe not. Jewelry, what do men do? Golf, I guess. Golf is, depends on your marriage, I suppose. But I consider golf a want, although some might disagree with me there. Anyway, things like that. Your wants. Highlight all of your wants, get a calculator, add them all up, and look at the total. I suspect with many of you, restaurants alone will shock you. And then imagine what else you could have done with that money. There is a time and a place for spending money on wants. Absolutely. I'm not going to tell you that you shouldn't do it. I think you should do it. But you got to make sure you have all of your other buckets filled and responsibilities taken care of first. This video is brought to you by Harry's. And if you don't know Harry's, I think it's time you do. Now, if you've been around my channel for any length of time, you know that I despise products made for women that don't work very well, and women's razors is absolutely one of them. Please do not waste your money on women's razors. I'm a big fan of men's razors because they work better, and I don't need something that's pink that doesn't work and costs twice as much. Harry's crafts high quality, long lasting blades and durable weighted handles that make a close, comfortable shave quick and enjoyable. And because Harry's insists that you should not have to choose between a great shave and a fair price, they will give you both, and that's one of my favorite things. Refill blades start as low as $2, which is a really easy decision. Brand new Harry's customers will get a full starter set, which includes the 5-blade razor, weighted handle, foaming shave gel with aloe, and a travel cover for 3 doll hairs. There has never been a better time to try Harry's. Go to harrys.com/FFM to get the starter set for only $3. It is 100% satisfaction guaranteed, so you have nothing to lose. It's harrys.com/FFM, first link in the doobly-doo below. They offer a whole range of face and body products for men, but who says only men have to use them? I use them too and I love them. They're delivered straight to your door. It's harrys.com/FFM to get the special offer. Thanks to them for partnering with me on today's video, and let's get back to those money saving tips. This is a little hack that I really like. I've been doing it for a long time, and that's to keep your savings separate. I keep my emergency fund in a different bank. Not just a different account, a different bank. So it's a little harder to get to. So if there is an emergency, like a car drives through my house, someone loses a job, or there's a medical emergency, and I need some cash right now, I can get the money in my account in a day or two and it's fine. But if I'm tempted by this living room set or by these plane tickets, that's not an emergency, but the money's sitting there because I opened my checking account and I was like, look at all this money, let's just take a trip. So for me, it is very helpful to keep it out of sight and out of mind. I have a secret to tell you. I have kind of an issue with cookies.
We love cookies.
I love them. I love them so much that I don't have any control when I'm around them. That means I don't buy them very often. I don't make them very often because I know I cannot be trusted. Number 4's tip is gonna be very similar, is you have to stay away from the things that tempt you. If you know that going into a shoe store will make you lose all reason, you cannot go there. If the Target dollar spot or TJ Maxx or even the Dollar Tree, if you have a Dollar Tree blackout and you buy 60 things at the Dollar Tree because it's only $1, that's still $60 that you could have used to do something else with. This takes a little bit of self-awareness. You need to know yourself, recognize what your weaknesses are, and do your best to stay away. This is usually a woman thing. Women like to shop for entertainment, like window shop, online shop. That can be a very, very dangerous hobby because you are so much more likely to hit the complete purchase button, which is like the best feeling on the planet, isn't it? It's so exciting. Like if you're there looking, you're gonna put things in your cart. And if there's things in your cart, you're probably gonna buy them. And it just becomes like the if you give a mouse a cookie situation. So just do yourself a favor and stay away from the things that are really tempting to you. Number 5 is to automate your life. And what that means is there's only so much mental energy you can put to something every single day, which is why focusing a ton of your mental energy on like keeping track of calories or checking your checkbook all day long, like spinning your to-do list in your head and not writing it down, like it's overwhelming, right? And we can't focus on anything else. And I hate feeling like that. I'm sure you hate feeling like that too. We're gonna take the things that you can and automate them to get them out of our brain so we don't have to think about them anymore. Part 1 of that is going to be your bills, your internet bill, your cell phone bill, your house payment, your water, your electric. Get those set on auto pay now. Write them into your budget and walk away. And now we don't have to think about them anymore. And part 2 of that is to automate your savings. Whether that's saving for an emergency fund or a long-term savings goal, saving for Christmas, kids' college, or investing in your retirement. Get in there, set it up for your $100 a month or whatever it is to come out on the 15th of the month or whatever it is, and stop thinking about it and just let it happen. So we clear up our brain for other things that we want to think about. Number 6 is to earn more money. Before you get defensive about what I just said, I have made videos on side hustles and ways you can earn more money. I will leave it below for if you want to go check it out. The reason I say this one is it's a great habit to get into looking for other ways to make money, to think outside the box, because you have no idea what kind of opportunities that will present to you in the future. I will give you a list of side hustles that Dave and I did over the years. Clean carpets, babysat. That's one I did for a very long time. Babysit kids in my home, like a in-home daycare kind of a thing. Tutoring, teaching online classes, online surveys, flipping things. So in my case, I was a couponer and I sold the excess at garage sales. I sold things on eBay. Back then, the Facebook marketplace did not exist. Actually, Facebook didn't really exist. I sold things on Craigslist before people still use that. I used it when it was like brand new. I taught English online. I taught college course online. Dave also did that. I donated plasma for grocery money. I would go in twice a week and they would hand me my cash and I would go to the grocery store with it. And that is how I bought groceries for my family. These days, start a YouTube channel. There are so many topics that you can dive down that people watch on YouTube. You could do how to sew, how to decorate cakes, gardening, fixing bikes, detailing cars, ocean sounds, mountain biking trail reviews, commentary on other videos, travel vlogs, cooking. The possibilities are endless. I've been seeing everywhere the guy on TikTok that basically made fun of the 5-minute craft, and now he's worth like $2 million or something from nothing. Change jobs if you want to, you start your own business. And what's great about doing side hustles is when you work all the time, you don't have time to spend anything. Number 7 is to not blow your windfall, which you could also call avoid lifestyle creep. You typically get a windfall of money at certain times. Some people get a tax refund. Some people get a raise, a bonus. You change jobs. You get a stimulus check. You get money from grandparents for Christmas or whatever it is. So instead of upgrading your car or upgrading your house or lifestyle or going out to eat more, which is going to cost more money, and then you have to maintain that higher cost of living continuously, instead take your windfall of whatever variety it is and invest it, save it, invest it for college. You could do your emergency fund with it. That's a great way of doing it. You could pay off debt really, really fast. Number 8 is to give yourself an allowance. And here is why that is really important. We have done the debt-free journey where you are tight, you make every penny scream. It's beans and rice and beans and ramen and oatmeal for breakfast for months upon months and spaghetti for dinner for months and months, and you don't go anywhere or do anything, and you work all the time, and it's exhausting. It is very, very hard to be that tight for that long. When I was going through my debt-free journey, what happened is I was complaining to a family member about this. I didn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. Every day was hard, every month was hard, and I was just down. And my family member said, why don't you come up with a list, like me and my husband come up with a list, 5 things or something, of items that aren't too expensive, but things that we either needed or would like. And these were not dates. This was not like going out to eat. These were actually items that we could purchase and then use. And he said, hey, you need to be able to spend a little bit of money on these items every month. I think Dave and I decided on $40 a month. So every month we would buy, from the top of the list to the bottom of the list, an item on the list that we could use. The first item on the list was a bike pump because I exercised using a road bike. We bought a bike pump for $35. The next month it was a pair of basketball shoes for Dave so he could play basketball with the faculty. They were not expensive, but they were things that we kind of needed and could get a lot of use out of and made the process not quite so daunting. Number 9 is going to be a difficult process. It's to identify your own psychology. I'm probably not even saying that right. Of why you do things. So the next time you want to buy something, ask yourself, why do I want this item? You are just doing some self-reflection here. For me, I love coats and shoes. So the next time I see a coat and I want to buy it, the question is, why do I want this coat when I have 10 coats at home? It's a legitimate question. This is a great example because I did recently buy a jacket. It is a rain jacket specifically for mountain biking and running, and I didn't have one. I have other coats, but not like a small packable rain jacket that can go in a mountain biking backpack. Because it like made sense, it fit my needs, I bought it. And I've already used it because I was at a mountain bike race and it rained. So I'm not saying when you ask yourself, why am I buying this? I'm not saying you can't buy the item, but it is nice to just think through it a little bit, because if I want these black boots, I already have 2 other pairs of black boots. That actually doesn't make sense. So it's time to leave those there. It's just a good practice to evaluate the reason why we do things. And I tell people this all the time, is you can have anything you want. You just can't have everything that you want. So it's important to make a priority list, go from top to bottom, be smart with your money. Most people have to forego some things so they can do other things. Tell me down below what your favorite tip was out of this list. Any videos that I talked about that I've done before, I will leave down below for you to go check out at your leisure. And did you know I have over 800 videos on my channel? So if you're new around here, there's a whole lot of stuff that you can watch and catch up on. But you don't have to, because it's a lot. I wish you big success in your personal financial journey. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.